And welcome back. As always, it is Sleepy Witch, joined by...
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero TakuTuber.
And we're not here to talk about superhero time this week, because we didn't have one.
Yeah, but surprisingly, we do find a way to fill in time. One time we did it because of Shin Kamen Rider, which we still haven't actually finished. Oh, no. Kamen Rider
No,
Black. That's
Kamen
the
Rider
one.
Black we haven't finished. We haven't finished the Kamen Rider. We should probably, at this point, just like do a whole series thing on that one.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it.
I need to rewatch the beginning of it. Before I like go back to the end.
Oh man, but yeah, we have that. What else have we like done for blank weeks? Because I know
we've done Shin Kamen Rider. I think we talked a little about Shink Ultraman.
And after that, oh man, what? And it's like I know we've had to skip weeks because I've gone to Japan a couple times, but yeah,
and we skipped 1 week or something because I was sick or
yeah.
But we come back to it.
Yeah, but yeah. We are your super consistent half hour of Toku every week.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we miss one here and there, but we've gone pretty consistently for close to 2 years now.
Yeah, because we started because you really just wanted someone to talk about Geats with, and
no, and it's just I had just gotten off finishing Build, and I'd finished Gaim, I'd finished Build. I was like, damn, I am loving this series, this show, and so I was like, hey, the new writer is about to air soon, and we could do it live,
Yeah.
And then we just kind of kept going. We added Dawn Brothers as caught up.
Oh, that was a fun era. Oh my god, you catching up to Dawn Bros and then just us going nuts every week.
Catching up to Dawn Bros was also just really funny because I'd come back and it'd be like, here's the 5 episodes out, so we have a lot of random shit to talk about.
Yeah, and it's really funny too because right now Toku Stats is just hitting the spoilers era because oh my god, Toku Stats and Dawn Brothers is my favorite thing now.
I love it so much. I do love how insane the win rate for Don Momotaro is.
It is, and yet somehow Haruka is the one that has the highest percentage.
Nope, that's how it is. I will say, man, Dawn Brothers. Okay, no, you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna go on this tangent because we will just talk about Dawn Brothers.
We will. But I mean, but it's really funny that talking about how you started off with Geats and then you got Jerd and then now we're doing Gap. But we did just get news that the G era is ending.
The G era is
Z's.
Z
with Zets.
Zets people are saying it might just be pronounced like Z's, like Z's or something, just kind of the way that it's like triple
O's?
O and it's like O's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I honestly can't think of a pun off the top of my head. I mean, have you seen anything? Because I haven't really been looking into Zets.
So no pun, other than a really dumb one where they were doing the alphabet theory where it's 01 was about AI. Then Saber was about books. And it goes all the way down to Gav being about food. So that, funnily enough, Z would be about it would be
something
G. And so they were like, Zitz is obviously Cesty, so it's finally time for gay Kamen Rider.
Okay.
And like that isn't basically what's happening constantly at fucking Gav anyway.
It's really funny that we're talking about this because I was actually just sharing with I was just sharing with my friends the Toku Stats for what is it, the hetero check for Momo and Sunui.
That one was
failed from Make Purple.
That one was a good one. They were just like that. In the same way, have you seen some of the stuff coming out for that school special for Gav?
I have not.
They legitimately have confessions and stuff from the character.
Oh, that's what I've been seeing?
That's what you've been seeing. That's been from their school special. Also, incredibly funny that I never realized how short Grata is. Apparently she's been wearing fucking 7-inch heels this whole time.
Yeah, it's insane.
Seeing her in flats next to Lakia, I was like, oh, that's actually so funny. You're tiny. Oh my god. It is also because Lakia is gigantic.
Yeah. We knew that one.
But in the heels, she looks basically just as tall as him. So it's
yeah, it's insane.
It's insane she can move around that well in those. Those are rough. but yeah, no. There is some like confession stuff. One of my favorite bits was one where apparently Nielv and Suga like knock out Hanto and just carry out his lifeless body out of the classroom. And I just saw that with like the caption like, "This motherfucker can't stay away from them in any universe, man." They get his ass in every universe.
You know, you need to send me these.
I have a bunch of them saved. I have to. They're probably a little bit further down, but I liked all of these. They were so funny. I know that the like confession one for Nielv was like because they're also like not to say like diegetic, but they're like all they're like
POV?
like yeah, like POV. So like you're not looking, but you have your character who's like, Neo senpai, I've liked you this whole time. The end of the Neo senpai one is like, I might not be who you think I am. I could be a bad guy after all. And I saw people being like, I could be a bad guy, spit in my mouth. I was like, oh my god. That was crazy cuz especially cuz like he says I might be a bad guy, and that's when he like looks at you with the like, oh. And so it's just like, what do you mean by that now? Anyway.
Yeah, I need to see
those
it.
are crazy. I love them. It's really funny because it looks like Lakia is just like being relentlessly bullied by like Grata and Sachika. Or not like bullied, but like he doesn't want to be involved. And apparently I think it was like one of them is mad because he hasn't noticed that like she changed her nails, and the other one's like mad that he hasn't noticed about her new haircut or something. Like
oh,
and
man.
he's just there like pulling the strings on his hoodie to like hide himself.
Yeah, I need to see this. I need to see this.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I'll send you all the stuff I've seen for it, because I haven't seen like a full version translated out yet. I've just seen little clips. But it's really funny. It was, I think my favorite one is there's some pictures of like Hanto and Shoma and Lakia like in the background, but I saw them with like the quote like the Toku to BL pipeline is so real they're just making them in-house now.
Yeah, I saw that tweet, but I didn't realize it was because of graduation.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which is funny, they release graduations as they're releasing gacha graduations.
Oh my god.
Which is probably something we'll talk about once we have like the full subs out. But talking about the series we actually... Oh, no, I guess we never actually talked about Zets. We got distracted. The main thing that I've seen people talking about is because it's ZZC, maybe it being sleep-themed. The logo is also really cool. I do love the, like... It is basically just ZZZ. So it could be sleep-themed. I don't know.
I'm trying so hard not to say Zenless Zone Zero right now.
No, right? That's been the only thing that I thought of that was like, this is the only thing that I can associate this with this right now. But that's obviously not it.
Oh man.
It is just one where it's like, what are we supposed to do with this? It's the same thing when we got just Gav and the logo, and it's like, well, biting, huh? Food themed? And I think at that point we'd also at least known that like gummies were involved.
Yeah. I mean, so, but I mean, also thing too, yeah, like we don't even know like any like
theming or like
exactly, because like Gav, like the moment we all saw that and we saw like food, we're like, oh, Gabu, and we're like, oh, and everyone was like, like, okay, cool. And then Gotchard was pretty easy, like we knew it was gonna be collecting something, but we didn't know exactly what yet. And then Geets, like we kind of didn't know about Geets until we saw like we didn't really know about Geets until we saw the poster, and then we're like, oh, Kitsune, got it.
And because Geets was again my first one like live, I learned about it with the poster. So it's like Geets Kitsune. I'm like, okay, and then we're getting the battle royale, and I'm like, okay, I get it. So I wasn't dealing with the like time to guess what this is.
Yeah, but this era, this this small era, and like not only that, like we're seeing this. I don't think we see it. I think we normally only see like the copyright stuff, like during the last quarter. Like no, this like we're seeing this halfway through the season.
No, people are saying that because of the copyright stuff coming out now, by the time that like ZZZ starts, it may already be shot like 23 episodes or something.
Yeah, because like as we know with Gav, like pretty much because they are like showing it to they need to like pass it so that it can broadcast it in China. they have to like have things done. But at the same time, like this basically means that we're getting like we have been noticing this, that the quality is a lot higher. Like it's almost like, well, like when we were talking, when we first watched when we first watched Blazer, we were like, oh right, that's because they pretty much have an entire year of pre-production on this.
Yep.
So it's like we actually have more than a month of pre-production on these episodes now.
Yeah, because that is honestly, like, thinking about that, it is such like an insane schedule to be like, this has to be out next month, and I have to finish all of my effects works. Like, thinking as someone who does like a little bit of animation, a little thing, it's like that is so little time.
Yeah.
I oh man, it's one of those things where like with that and anime, sometimes I'm like, how are you guys getting this stuff done on time?
Yeah.
And it's just pure insanity, and like just because there's some people who are really good at what they do, and they do it a lot more than they should.
Yeah.
Especially for how much I have no idea how much like the effects people, but like the anime people are not getting paid well.
Yeah.
But
actually, talking about anime, you know what I've been seeing clips of, but I have not actually watched it yet.
what?
The Fudo PI Kamen Rider Skull special.
Oh yeah,
I've been seeing clips of it, and it's like all I've seen is just Fang Joker, and I'm like, huh?
I have been like skipping those because I don't want to go watch Fudo PI until I watch W. So I'm just like, I saw that first Henshin that they animated. I'm like, this is fantastic. I will have to watch W at some point.
Oh, you have to. You have to. And
I know Double's one that's like really popular.
Oh yeah, Double's great, but just realize Fudo PI is like mega horny. I like not that is a bad thing, but it is hilarious going from watching a kid show to reading the manga or just watching Fudo PI and just realizing just how much they amped up the horny.
That is insane. That's kind of really funny.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
Also, I find that really funny because it's also the bit where like you kind of know the bit here in the States where it's like, if it's live action, that's for adults and that's real. But if it's animation, that's for little kids. You got to be safe there. And it's like the opposite here, where it's like, no, that's Kamen Rider. That's for kids. You can't be horny on Kamen Rider. Yeah. In the anime, though, do whatever you want.
Oh man, talking about this is for kids. It's really funny. We actually said that we were going to be talking about the Ultraman arc movie, but we found so much more to talk about all of a sudden.
Well, here's the thing. I think we can just talk about Toku for hours, even without talking about the episode. I think we could just talk about it in general.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really funny because like when that video like dropped, the whole I watched Japanese Power Rangers video went up. I actually already followed Austin McConnell for a very long time. Like, so seeing that and then watching the video, because like I said, because I'm one of the 2% of people that apparently watch stuff off their sub feed. But
that's a whole different thing. I'm one of those people too, but I don't.
But yeah, I actually watched it, and like he was basically talking about how like comparing Time Force and Time Ranger, and he basically just loves Time Ranger, basically like comparing and contrasting. Like say, man, it sucks that America did not get this, and basically like shows off like how like the owl got its own episode and stuff like that, and then basically just like just gushed over everything, like seeing time fire, and like it's a great video, but like he's just doing nothing but praising. And just because he says like in one line that like oh yeah, this is definitely aimed at teens, and like obviously people had to waffle pancake that and say,
oh my god,
no, oh my god, the waffle pancaking of that line was so bad.
And it's one of those funny things where it's like, and I think I've talked about this with you before, where like Sentai is for children.
It is, yeah.
But it also is for like Japanese children, and I just don't think they baby them as much as we do here. I feel like sometimes here in the States, like the stuff for children, it's like, this has to be the safest, babyest thing you can ever have. That's why a lot of cartoons can't have guns. That's why we had, laser beams in like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Like I was actually just about to say that. It's like they treat them like they can handle it.
Yeah, and again, nothing like, in my opinion, nothing like super insane goes on in Kamen Rider, or like it's never shown in a way that I think would be traumatizing. If anything, it ends up being more traumatizing to adults, because it's like the traumatizing is like the themes behind the thing that's happening. But the way it's being shown is very kid friendly. Like whenever Grease's basically extended family dies in Geats, or in build, and they just kind of fade away from existence. That's a very like easy, like child friendly way to be like, they're gone now. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna be real, I was devastated. Oh my god. But also,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like, dude, I love Tokusatsu. I love all the people that I've talked to. I love talking to you. I love the friends that I've made. I hate Toku Twitter. Some of these people are like insane. The like he said it was because it was that, and it's like he said Japanese Power Rangers, and that also had people on the front, and it's like, look, I get
Exactly.
it. Is it correct? No, but it's like the easiest way to just explain to someone who has no idea, because
Exactly.
the other way
Like,
to say it is like the Japanese footage that Power Rangers is based on. It's like that's just a mouthful, man.
yeah, exactly. And like when I talk about Kamen Rider, it is so hard not to say Power Rangers, so that I can basically just like just quickly like say, oh yeah, no, it's like one person Power Rangers. Like it's so hard to say that. Or like if I'm just like watching it, like back into before times, I would actually watch it on my laptop, and people say, oh, are you watching Power Rangers? And when I'm watching Kamen Rider, I'm like, it's 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 what people know.
Yeah, and here's the thing, because sometimes I think I've told you that I watch stuff while I'm at the gym while I'm doing legs on
Mhm.
my phone, and if someone would have asked me, I'd just be like, yeah, it's kind of like the stuff it's based on.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
worries. I just can't imagine like being this angry over like that, especially because like on one hand I get it, because there are a lot of people that I would say come at it with kind of bad faith, and they're like,
Mhm.
Kamen Rider's actually for adults. This should be darker, and like the Kekara vibes. And so I understand reacting to the like this is for teens negatively off the jump. But if you haven't
Yeah,
watched the video and don't know what it's about, why are you saying anything, dude?
exactly,
That's all I got.
exactly.
Because I haven't said anything. I haven't seen the video. I just saw people getting mad. I was like, this is probably not as big of a deal. So it's really
It
funny
really
finding
isn't.
out from you that it
It
just
really
isn't.
isn't. Yeah, it's basically just him just gushing over Time Ranger for like 18 minutes. It's great. It's
Yeah,
a
I'll
great video.
probably have to go watch the video now because I don't think I've ever watched anything from this guy.
Yeah, like
But
he got really popular from like a video where saying it's like what you should do if you fall out of a plane, and it's basically like like what you do, and then also another one about like why did KFC turn so bad? But these are like videos that are from like 7 years ago, so I've been following him for a very long time.
I gotcha. But yeah, no. Ultraman Arc the movie.
Yeah. Back to what we actually were scheduled, what we talked about beforehand, what we were gonna do.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. This movie was really fun. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
First of
It
all, crazy old man. I loved him.
yeah, yeah. He basically just shows up and says, "I'm testing you."
Oh yes, Sascal the Space Sage. I I love his vibe. I love how dumb and like meta he is. I love that the opening starts playing and he's like, "We're not doing that. Put that away. I'm here to introduce myself now." Because I was wondering when that started playing, I'm like, "Oh, we're doing like the opening, the show opening for the movie. I wonder if we're gonna get like the kaiju preview or whatever, kind of like we did in that." And then it
Hmm.
just no, we do not get the full opening. He's not gonna let us see it. Uh,
Yeah,
Fantastic. I love the
yeah.
vibe that it's like three different stories that are three different timelines that could have happened.
Hmm. Yeah, and like pretty much it's like the whole idea behind this is like saying, should humans and kaiju, like what is it? It was like, yeah, humans and kaiju, can they coexist essentially? And it's basically like three different perspectives on it.
Three different vibes on it. The first one, I love I think we talked about it a little bit. I love Chief Bonjo or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
Chief Bam. Uh
Yeah.
he is such a fun, just like kind leader, I love that he sees this guy talking about this big ass dog kaiju, and he just looks at the picture of his Shiba Inu and he's like, I want to believe. It's so cute. It's so wholesome. I'm thinking like, you realize your Shiba Inu can't kill thousands of people in an instant, though, right? There's like a
Yeah.
little difference, but I also love. I think we talked about this last time or one of the times before when we saw like Young Hanta, where it's like the tokusatsu, you wear the same fit as a kid as you do as an adult. I love seeing that dude come in with his backwards baseball cap, and we get the flashback, and he was wearing the backwards baseball cap as a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Uh, Fantastic.
Yeah, and after that, like the kaiju, this like they made this kaiju, like, when they said, like, oh yeah, it's my Shiba Inu, it's like you're expecting something cute, and it really is this cute ass fucking
He's just a
kaiju.
dog. He's just a big dog. I love that when Arc. First of all, another thing. I think that they really what's it called, the Ganoras or the Ganache, the big red kaiju's that come in. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
With the little blue things. Those, I think those were made original for Arc, and you can tell how much they fucking love them, because anytime they need like an extra kaiju for anything, it's that guy. It's him or it's those bug guys they made.
yeah,
But I can't complain. I do love their design. Oh my god, dude! They just show up and start body slamming the dog.
yeah. It's like, what the fuck,
That was
man?
insane. I wasn't ready for it to be so like intense right away. This is also probably, in my opinion, the funniest. Like, is anyone gonna look 15 feet to the right and see Yuma transforming? He did not go very far away. I love this. I love this fight though. I love him teaming up with a dog. I love him like petting it.
Yeah,
Like, oh, good boy. I loved the like Red Boy's like combination Beyblade attack. And I love that he used the blue armor as a dog frisbee. It was so cute. It was a wholesome little fight. And then it turned out that, the reason it was sick was because it's just old age. He's getting up in the years. He's been protecting this part of town.
yeah.
And then again, I love Sascal. I love that he keeps just showing up in the background, like making dumb little funny faces and just kind of looking at the screen like, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, and he just pops up out of nowhere too. It's like while you're getting your closure, he just interrupts it. It's like, okay, so yeah, cool, you passed. Let move on to the next one.
Here's the thing, not even you passed. I love that he's like, okay, what's the lesson you learned from this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm going to make you spell out the themes of this short right now, and if you get it wrong, I'm taking Arc from you. And it's like, oh no. I also love his dumb like, oh god, what would he say? But he just like screams to let it know that you've passed, like Sasquatch, like,
yeah.
my god. I love this man's vocal performance. His like super deep, serious voice into just the really silly like, yippee, like what's going? It's great. It was really cool to see. And then I like we were talking about, he shows up when you're getting closure. I love all the editing for it. It's so like, he just kind of shows up, but like right when you were expecting something else.
Yeah, it's wild.
Ugh. Then we got story 2, Plant Alien. I do love that they start everything off with the shot of everyone showing up for the hot pot.
Yeah.
I love Yuppie. Yuppie, especially in the second story, was probably my favorite utilizations of him in the whole series. First of all, evil plant little kaiju thing that takes over people's bodies. Insane concept.
Yep.
Very fun. I wasn't expecting it to grow little eyes and run around. Man, what is there to say other than like this movie was a fun time?
Yeah.
I love that the solution was caffeine and coffee, so she got to be like, oh, my coffee. I didn't want to use it for this.
Yeah. And like you said, like Yuppie uses it to like spray the coffee, which is funny.
Oh my god, yeah. And I love that when he's like shooting out the coffee beans or whatever, because I love that it's like it's the P head or it's the U head or whatever that's like spraying it with like a little fan, and then the P body's just like throwing chunks of the beans, which was like, I don't think that's helping, but sure, do what you can. And I love seeing you like, my coffee. I mean, continue on, you. Also, I didn't know Arc could be small. I wasn't ready for Arc to just be small. That was such a cool little moment, just seeing him like life size have like a human sized battle inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
And I think probably my favorite bit of this particular part of the movie was like, they get rid of the alien from Rin's body, and it just goes to the ground. Arc goes to do the laser, and he just gets knocked to the side, and Rin comes in with the gun like, fuck you, die.
Yeah.
That was good. really good vibe. Uh,
Oh man, yeah, like this movie was like really, yeah, like we say, it was just really good because like it's like it really encompasses like just how imaginative and just how fun Arc was, honestly.
and everyone got something to do. Everyone got like some bits. That first story kind of being about Man as kind of like the main guy from the task force. We see this next one being Rin, and some Shu here with his coffee stuff. I also love that shot at the beginning where it's like it could be any one of us, and they all look, and then we get to like zoom in on their faces, and then we get Yuppie's, and they're like, well, except Yuppie, he's a robot. He's like, oh, right, right.
Yep.
Yuppie is such a silly little guy. I do love him. Uh, I'm kind of happy that we got Yuppie, like as what he is, because originally when I saw his design, I was wondering he was gonna be like another like Earth Karun,
Hmm.
where he was gonna be like a big mech for them to fight in, and then it's like no, he's just like a little guy who hangs out with them, uh,
Yeah.
who gets an allowance that apparently he spends on streamers and weird books, uh, but setting that up, and again, I love these like cuts with Sascal. I love that it was like Shu helping Shoma to get up, and it's immediately like Sascal pulling him up, like, all right, that was task 2. What did you learn?
It's like,
Silly little guy, but with like a very menacing aura.
mm-hmm. And coffee was good. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, coffee's good. That's the theme, and he's like, that was not the lesson you learned. And then honestly, like the third one, I was like, oh, they're saving the best for last, because the main thing we'd been seeing for the promo material is Dark Arc.
Mm-hmm.
I think they call him Gil Arc,
Mm-hmm.
or Arc Gil, because it's like guilty. I'm gonna be honest. When that package gets delivered and they pull out that art piece, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. That was so creepy when I saw it. I'm like, what
It's
the
so creepy, but again, it's so good that they're tying all these little things from the show together,
Mm-hmm.
getting the context again of going back to Shu's story about how like he hates aliens because one of his partners died dealing with an alien, and him just being like, I used to do art, and this was basically like something I made after like dealing with that, and I'm just like, that makes it really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially seeing how like horrifying it looks, because that was him pouring out his feelings into it. And oh my god, I was not ready for the reveal that like Dark Arc was Shu.
Yeah, which works out because just I'm just gonna go back to how just how much we just love all this love in Toku between men.
Oh my god, okay, they they have the Dark Arc fight, and obviously Yuma wins him back, and they fight together, which honestly that was so cool. It was such a cool like big set piece end to be like two arcs versus the Repo aliens final form being the Repu something kaiju. Uh
Hmm.
First of all, that was insane. He just lifted the building off the ground. He's chucking buildings. He's just got all these different little attacks and stuff. Their team up was so cool. First of all, I want
Yeah,
to talk
no,
about that.
yeah. I mean, we also see Arc cry.
We see Arc cry. Also, I never noticed in like the pictures we'd seen before because I just hadn't looked at it. I love that he's got like edgy eyeliner as Gil Arc. Like he's got
Yeah.
like he doesn't have the blue in his like gems or whatever, but also he just has like the edgy eyeliner. Very, very funny.
Wait, I
Uh,
forgot. Have you watched Senkaiger yet?
I've not watched Senkaiger yet.
Okay, there's an episode with evil clones and yeah, there's evil eyeliner.
There's evil
involved.
eyeliner on the mechs. Hell yeah.
No, not I don't think it was on the mechs, but it was on the characters that were evil for the episode.
Sure, fair enough. Uh, they do that a lot. I know, like even like in manga and stuff. I don't know if you've read Welcome to Demon School, but there's one where he gets kind of like not evil, but he gets like, oh, you're gonna have like the bad boy. You got like a personality switch kind of thing, and he does have like the darker eyeliner for that
Hmm.
too. I think it's just like a little trope, but it's funny seeing it on an Ultraman.
Yeah, but yeah,
But
but yeah, it's actually cool with like the team up. They actually do get to use different forms.
yeah, I was wondering about that. We get to see. Also, it was so cool because out of all of them, the black hole form is definitely like the edgiest looking out of them with like the purple and spikes. And so
Yeah,
for Gil Arc to be able to use that one, like he looks great in that.
he
Uh,
does.
I love the team up. I love them combining. I love the like he falls off and then the I love that he like turns into the purple form only to be immediately blasted out of it. But the cube falling out is what like lets the other arc use it. Uh,
Hmm.
so cool, such a cool setup. I love that like he helps by like spinning the fucking ground around. Like it's just such a fun set piece. Like there's so much to talk about just there. I don't want to just give the play by play, but them teaming up. I'm glad he got to use the red form too because I was like, oh, are we just not gonna see it? And then we do for the
Hmm.
finisher. Uh, and then the fantastic like I'm teleporting below so that we can like stop it from falling by like crossing the beam. Uh, overall, like a really fun movie. And then like we were talking about like the love between men. I sent my friend a couple screenshots because it's the thing at the end afterwards. Like I had this dream where I was fighting together with Yuma, and Yuma's like, I had the same dream, and we just after having this conversation, it just cuts to like Rin and their boss, and Rin just kind of like looks at them and like gives them like a smirk and like looks down, and I'm just like, it's like fucking meme where it's like, I know what you are.
Yeah.
And especially because like they like wake up after that just like laying next to each other in parallel, uh and then we got the lesson from future arc, uh
Hmm.
which is what I was assuming. I was like, well, that's either future him or it's like the guy who actually survived from Shu's thing in the past or something, and he became like a traveler or something afterwards. That was my like theory while I was watching it. But him being like, and you helped me out while dealing with Rution's homeland, and I'm like, are we gonna be able to see that? I love the beginning of the story where he's talking about the ending of the show and the like, I have to go help Rution, but that's a story for another time. And I'm like, promise. I want to see Yuma in space, but and then they mentioned at the beginning, but this being set right before the like pillar episode in the show, and we got to see how Shu broke his arm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh right, because like they never explained that. It was just that was something that happened off screen, and like, oh, it happened during the movie. That's cute.
Hmm.
Overall, a really fun experience. I can see why a lot of people really liked this movie because I did too.
Yeah. Ah, man, Arc is so good.
It really is. It was a great show. That's definitely another one where I'm gonna have to. I still need to pick up the Blazer DVD or like the Blu-ray, but I'm gonna definitely pick up the Arc one too when that comes out. Again, because Subaraya makes them really easily available. I could just go to Amazon and buy it. You know,
Yup.
no importing, no extra stuff, directly supporting them. Uh,
Yeah,
oh man,
and I think they said that like what is it? I think this specific movie is gonna be in theaters in June, maybe apparently. So
it like here.
yeah,
Oh my god,
we
I hadn't heard about that. If it's in theaters, I definitely have to go, dude.
yeah yeah just
Um,
drag a bunch of friends. Hey, you're coming with me to watch this.
I know at least one friend that I can drag along to it, but yeah, I'm debating. One last thing I'll say before we finish up here in a bit. I'm debating going. There's a festival here called like Tokyo Nights Festival, Tokyo X, happening in June.
Oh,
And one of the guests that they have is oh god, let me pull up his name real quick because I am already terrible with names and I don't want to butcher it. God, where is it? But they're basically having the original Ultraman actor.
oh, interesting. Wait,
They
which Ultraman? Like
Bin
OG
Furu
OG?
Bin Furuya from the 1996 Ultraman series.
Oh, dang.
So I'm gonna be real. I'm like, should I go meet him? Uh, yeah, his best known for the Japanese actor, best known for his portrayal of the title character in the 1966 series Ultraman. He would later portray a character Amagi in the sequel series Ultra 7. Uh, yeah. So he's the actor and suit actor I think for Ultraman.
Oh, sick.
Let's see, because I'm looking at like his stuff in the wiki just so I don't get anything wrong. But he's best known for his titular character in the 19th series Ultraman. He would later portray Atagi. He appeared to many films. Apparently, they wanted him to play Ultra 7, because he already knew. But the staff. He was chosen by Toll Narita, who designed Ultraman, after liking his portrayal of Keemer. The suit was tailor-made for his body. He requested to be uncredited for portraying Ultraman, but was credited anyway.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. It's really funny. We also said we were going to talk about Ranger Red in an isekai, but I think this technically was a two-parter, so I think we should probably hold that off until next week.
Yeah, we can
'Cause
talk
it was
about
just
that next week for this week's. So with that, thanks as always for listening. We ramble a lot, and that's probably just going to continue. We will see you next week. Later.
This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.